And I used last week during the session. I used the F word quite a bit, so I was disappointed that I didn't have video recorded along with the audio for that one. Especially because you would have seen all my fumbles on the bad guys right at the start.
Yeah, so that you would have a big old excuse.
Yes, which I used. So, last time, you guys had... okay, that seems good. Last time you guys had decided you wanted to follow back up on the situation with the siren. You went through the materials, were able to track back that part of the operation that sent the Medusa into the tower and the breaking of the wards had been done to provide a portal to bring other people in. You're able to follow up on that. You were also able to make sure about the wards on the castle and lock things down that way. You then went outside the boundaries of the wards and set up the gate to go through. You went through, and there was an incident right at the start, and you guys were spotted. And you then did an accelerating battle with Mooks, and then various of the Spellblades, including the person that Koshinel had talked to in town with the siren. Then finally a set of Naga, which battled, and then at the very end, a red dragon who swooped down, who clearly had been promised that this place, these towers, would be his new citadel. You guys fell back, but then were able to put enough damage, enough hurting on the Naga to send it, sorry, not the Naga, but the dragon, to send it off. You regrouped, and it's at that point that you found the essentially false empress that the Agents of the Siren had there. And at this point, we're going to assume that you've taken her into custody. And we'll talk about that in a moment. You guys would have realized that the area that you were at was a little ways away from town. You could probably see the town from here and see walkways. You guess it must have been an old temple or estate complex reachable from town. You guess that these people were essentially cultists using it as a meeting place kind of thing. So, I'm going to assume you guys will return back to...
Well, before we do that, there's
Yes.
one thing I wanted to ask about.
Absolutely, yes.
Because the one pirate fled, right?
Yes.
Like kind of right near the end of the battle.
Not pirate, guardsman.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I want to see, like, can Ben track him? Can we bring him back with us as well? Because, you know, I don't remember giving him permission to get away.
Well,
We offered him redemption, but not of the corporeal sort.
He ran down towards town. You guys could pursue him back that way. Do you guys want to do that? Or head back through the gate?
We could actually do both and hit him from both sides.
Okay.
All right.
I'd rather go back through the...
How do you want to do this?
I'm thinking Cathok can hunt him down from behind. I could go with him if he wants to, and then you guys could go through the town and see if you could see up and find out which way he's going and figure out which way he's coming and kind of try and meet him from that way.
Just to give you a sense, it's significantly longer to get to the town from the other end of the gate than it is from this point here.
So...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Just
okay.
to give you a sense, it's about 2 or 3 times longer.
Okay. Well, okay, let's get going right now. That sounds like a good idea. Cathok, you wanna chase him down?
Okay. Okay. So as I understand it, Cathok and you, Black Dog, are going to run after him, and the others are going to go through the gate.
Well, you guys can do whatever you want. We're gonna run after.
I'll come with the pursuit party.
Okay. So that leaves Rook and Koshinel and the False Empress person. What do you want to...
You know,
Pardon?
I forgot
that's
the false
really
empress.
good-
I think, actually, if I consider, I think securing the false empress would be something I'm more interested. So if Black Dog and Cathok want to pursue him,
Okay.
I don't want to take my eyes off the more heretical person.
Okay.
What do you want? Tell me what you want.
So I'm going to do Black Dog and Cathok, and then I'll come back to you guys dealing with the false empress and going through the gate. Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Okay. Ben, let me have you make a wisdom plus whatever tracking background that you have. Okay, so plus your level. Okay.
So 15.
All right. So what I'm going to say to you two, Black Dog and Cathok, it has been a ways. Yes. Okay. So yeah. So just a 10. So you guys will head down the stairs. It's kind of a switchback up here to get down towards town. However, very quickly, you guys will sort of hit the edge of the town, and keep in mind that it's not entirely populated. It's spread over a couple of areas. You won't see where this guy went. You will, however, see that there is a fairly large gathering of people several blocks away. And it has the look of a mob.
Oh,
What do you two want to do?
Do I see one of the Crossworn pirate guys? You know, one of the veterans around.
Why don't we have you make that roll for me, Carl?
Yeah. Ooh, 16.
No, well, I mean, they might be up there in the mob and stuff, but again, keep in mind this is sort of early morning, still light out. People are kind of getting up. It looks more like sort of a mixed group of townsfolk there. Weapons in hand, yes. You could certainly move down more towards the sort of the shoreline and places where you know the pirates are at. If you want to investigate that, what do you think?
Well, I
Glenn?
want to keep these guys in mind, see what they're going. Do I hear? Are they shouting anything? Or
There seems to be a kind of a largish scrum of people talking and stuff, and they are certainly looking in your direction.
oh, really? At us?
Well, no, they're actually looking up past you at where the complex was. You suspect that they saw the red dragon.
Oh. Okay. In that case, I'll come over.
Okay,
I'll walk right up to them.
you start walking over. Okay. Why don't you make a wisdom roll for me?
Where the orc? Where the orc?
Would that be like a just pure wisdom, or will like have some pirate in it for like
I'll give you a
savviness?
pirate for the savviness here.
Oh, +5.
+5. So you're moving up towards. They've got a group. You can see as you move forward, there are probably a couple dozen panicked people here, maybe a couple of the pirates folk mixed in with them. You will see that there appears to be the town guard and militia, probably about maybe a dozen men strong, plus other people that have grabbed up weapons. And it does look like there is an authority figure, a mayor, something like that, and some people talking. And you don't hide yourself as you approach.
And I'm probably covered in blood.
Right. Does look like there's some sort of conversation and sort of recognition of you. And it will get quiet, and people are kind of standing still, and you will see the guy who seems to be the mayor.
Do I know his name?
No.
Okay.
Mayor,
I come right up to him and I say, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to report.
Oh yeah. Hey there. You're with the group that was at Palax,
Yes.
and you're with the Seepin fella.
The Seepin fella.
Yeah, the Seepin fella who was up here last night tacking things all to our doors.
Oh. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah. So what's your name?
My name's Black Dog.
And the other one with the bow?
Oh, that's Kathak.
Yeah.
The bow and the horns.
So you said you wanted to report in then?
Yes, sir.
Somebody get him some water. Both of
Oh,
them?
that'd be great, man. After a battle, everything. Well, hey, wait. Why are we getting some water? How about a beer? That'd make me. I'd kind of slurp my thirst after you get done fighting. That you need a beer. Anybody else want a beer?
Everyone is sort of stock quiet, Carl.
All right. So you're probably wondering about my disheveled position and my disposition and
Where are the rest of your cohort?
I think they're either coming back behind me or they may be in the council. We're not really sure. I'm not really sure right now.
Okay. And one of these people, villagers, comes back with a bucket and some rags for you.
Oh, I take the bucket, pour it all over my head, everything. I assume like water is actually not that precious,
No,
right?
no, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, I'll pour it on my head and say, "Oh man, gotta get all that dragon blood off me."
And they'll bring a bucket for you as well, Kathak. He'll say, "So, let's hear your report then."
Well, apparently, you've got some subversive cult up there. They're trying to do all kinds of stuff. They're probably trying to steal children and all kinds of other things too. We don't know. But we came up and we found them up there, and they had a whole bunch of monsters up there, crazy things that make you scream in the night. Terrible, horrible beasts. And we decided that this is just a little bit too unnatural for us, and so we started, giving them the tell them to get out of here because this kind of place don't like that kind of stuff. And you might as know we were up there, everything like that, and these monsters coming out, and then you probably saw it down here. Did you see it? Did you see what was up there?
Well, certainly we heard and saw the dragon flying around, and then it swooped down up there, and then it took off.
Yeah, apparently that dragon was in cahoots with them, and he was deciding he wanted to come in here and move in right next to you people permanent like and be here. Well, I decided, and our group decided that he just needed to be told that this was not welcome territory here. So we almost took him down and got him running for his life. You can see, look at this big scar I got here, man. Look at this huge thing. It's dragon claw.
Mr. Dog.
Yes, sir.
Now, things are calm up there now.
Oh, yeah, that dragon took off. He realized if he was going to stay around, he'd be dead.
Can I ask you and your companion, I know you've done a lot, to take some of my people up there to poke around?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I like that. And by the way, we got one more that got away. Got a whole bunch of bodies up there, everything like that, but one of them got away. And we think he's trying to infiltrate back here. And then, so you guys might want to keep a watch out for him.
My thing is, what I want is for my people to see who exactly it was involved with the thing.
I agree. I think that's a great idea. I knew you'd know what to do, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. And he will turn and he will kind of split off about half of the militia, plus a few others that he delegates, and he will says very right in front of you guys, says, go with these guys, see who it is. I want to know who's involved with this. So if you could see that it's somebody in particular, send a runner back. And he'll say, all right, well, we will keep an eye out if there's anybody who's been running around here in the morning. And
so about how far away is that up there?
It's probably about a 20-minute walk up there.
Okay. I'll tell you. Well, he'll probably, if you see him around, he'll be hiding. He'll be scared. You can tell him. He'll be having some very strange behavior. I can tell you that right now. So we'll go up there, and as we get closer, I'll be like, "Yeah, and see right over here, and I'll be extremely loud, saying over here, and this is where these guys were, and then these guys were over here.
So Kathak, Black Dog, you'll take these people up there. They will walk carefully. I mean, they get their weapons out when you get to the top of the thing. And they will kind of move around. They see the Naga bodies.
Yeah, see, ever seen one like this?
They'll stay away from that. I mean, they keep a good 20 feet away
I walk
from
them up,
it.
I'll like pick up its head and everything like that, and I was like, oh, and by the way, you guys might not want to look, but there's a market for Naga sphincter. I've been saving them. I've been getting them. I got to get this one here. Okay, telling you. I didn't realize that before.
Why do
I
we
still
leave
got my
it
Hydra
alone?
sphincter, and I figure I'm going to get some Naga sphincter. I'm going to be rolling the buck. There's going to be a mark.
The guy says, "I think that you certainly have all rights to the salvage here. I just want to know who."
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. You guys, I'm sure we got a couple out here. You guys can take one if you wanted to.
No,
But anyway.
you can have all the sphincters.
Oh, okay. You guys very generous of you.
Um,
And this one over here, and I pick him up and everything like that, and he started messing with me and hit me hard. And this, oh man, I chopped him up real good. I got real tired of him.
So they will see the Nagas. They will see those eyeless Valkyries that were here. Those, and they will kind of stay away from those, but they will check the bodies of the people. And that's clearly what they are interested in, and what they really want to get the information on. And they clearly do recognize who this is. That is particularly that Culling Marinok, the guy, the sort of spellblade who was fighting you. And there will be some conversation about that.
Do you want to segue and find out, because I don't even know if the other guys are there and that.
Well, we'll cut back to them in
Hell
just a
no.
second. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys will pass through the gate, and it will close now that it's been used, and you have this very angry, maybe 11, 12-year-old girl who is
I'll be right
just
back.
furious with you, who will demand that you take your hands off her. She is Lorana Amelia Canuck, heir to the throne of Titan, mistress of the 13 houses.
Okay. What are the 13 houses?
Those are
What is her...
the 13 noble houses of Titan, essentially the Empress's demesnes.
All right. And so...
She's saying she's the Queen of England.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I have a question here.
Yes.
Like because I don't think we ever really gotten into this.
Sure.
So she's the false empress, but she gave like a claim to her lineage. Like, is this something that like we would understand? Like, like the kind of history of? Does this make sense to us?
Absolutely.
That, like,
So
is it like
she
the
is-
Avignon Pope or something?
If she is who she says she is, she's tied to... After the Empress died, there was somebody else who took over as Empress, and there was a whole big battle over that, and a battle along over the right or not right of that particular person, and that line was essentially killed off. Though some came back, and in fact, the last known person in that line was the person who actually killed the first god. But that family essentially, imagine that it's essentially the Tudors versus the Stuarts. And the Empress was of the House of Stuart, essentially that line. And there's a rival claimant that the line of Tudor, and she's saying that she is heir by that right. Which is striking, and it wasn't known that there were any survivors of her line.
And I guess the other question I would have is, she was associating with the Sirens people. Does she seem at all like demonic or anything strange, or does she seem just like a pissy little girl that thinks she's the Queen of England?
why don't you make a wisdom check for me?
All right. And that has level on it as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, stupid iPad, where do you keep your numbers? Did that roll?
Oh, look at that. There's something odd about her, but it doesn't register as demonic or that kind of stuff, any infernal to her. But there is something odd, and you're not entirely sure whether that's her or whether that's her having been around a lot of high weirdness there.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Sherry?
So I just start and I go, so which of the trials have you passed?
And she will name the first 3 trials, essentially the 3 elemental trials at the start, the passage of fire, the passage of clean water, and the passage of the hearth, and which she clearly knows what they are, and those of course are only the first 3 of the 13. But the other ones, involve more elaborate setups and things.
All right. And essentially, then, is there a marker or something to show that she's passed them? Is there some proof to that, or just her saying this? And the reason that I ask is because those could be staged.
That is, yeah. That kind of thing can be checked via magical mark.
Okay.
Now, supposedly it can't be faked, and
Okay.
if you essentially call up the signs, you will see those sigils floating around her.
Okay. Do I see an attempt on any of the other tests at all?
No.
All right. So she appears to have passed this, but there's something odd about her?
Why don't you? I'll let you make a roll for me here.
Okay. Matt had a fabulous roll, so I don't know if I can beat that. Slash roll 20 plus 9. That's just straight intelligence or wisdom. I didn't add anything like my
Sure, and that's a
school of
critical.
preservationist.
You kind of are looking at her, and you will realize what she is.
Oh,
You're a preservationist.
I am.
In service of the Empress. One of the arts of the preservationists, which are clearly have been lost since the death of the Empress and so on, is the creation of essentially body doubles to stand in the stead for the Empress in difficult situations. A rarely used thing.
Mm-hmm. But they're in case of assassination attempts.
Exactly.
And that thing.
She is very clearly a duplicate. Not of the Empress, but she's very clearly not a naturally born thing. She has just that slight echoes. And if you weren't a servant of the Empress and hadn't been familiar with the preservation magics, you would not be able to identify that likely.
Okay. But she's not a duplicate of the Empress.
No. Scott, what are you doing? You will see your companions are sort of interrogating the girl.
They seem to be okay with that. So I guess I will just use my human perception slash spy skills as they sort of interrogate her to watch her reactions from more of a people
Okay.
aspects. Does she? I mean, genuinely believe she is who she says she is? Does she know?
Let's
that
have you make
she's
that human perception plus wisdom roll. That's a good question.
Does she even know she's a duplicate? You know, does she's some sinister being possessing the body of a little girl, snowing us? That's so. Let's see. Level plus charisma. Oh wait.
Mine a little lower. Murder's coming.
Charisma plus. There's one more thing. There's level.
Stat and background.
Oh, background. That's fine. 23.
She seems absolutely sincere to you. And terribly spoiled.
Do I get the feeling that she doesn't know she's a duplicate, that she thinks she's the real deal?
Well, you don't know she's a duplicate because I assume you haven't had that conversation yet, but she seems sincere to her belief who she is.
And none of her reactions lead me to believe that she's older than she seems to be. She seems immature.
No, if
spoiled.
she were older, she would realize that you guys are probably going to kill her. She has no recognition of that. She has clearly never been in a situation where she has been the least bit threatened.
Okay. So these guys have probably lied to her her whole life, such as it is. Well, I guess then I'll start looking for a suitable room where we could put her.
Okay, so you'll head back into the school?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, I'm sorry, Tommaso, Cochino, what do you want to do with this person?
Well, is she like, we have her like, I guess, like restrained now, or like, you know, she's an 11-year-old girl. What's she gonna do?
Right, exactly. I mean, you could take her into the college if you want.
Yeah, I think while Scott's looking for a place to kind of jail her, I guess we should we lead her in?
We could throw her into the Kalak's wife's room. The sheets are a little messy, but that might give her a good.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for all practical purposes, we've just fought a dragon. I personally could go for some tea. I don't care if she sits here with me. I'm going to ask her some questions.
Okay. So I assume you just you can certainly call Prime to also kind of keep an eye on her. Mm-hmm. She doesn't seem to have any magic. Doesn't seem to be a caster at all.
Okay.
You guys can ascertain that quickly. And you know, she will speak of being raised and taught, being raised in secret in the ancient monastery off the coast of Agosia. She'll name this order of monks and all of this kind of thing. And she will mention that she was brought here by Lord Dust.
Oh, that dick.
Who we killed?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Lord
Who
Dust.
we want to kill.
Dust is the guy that we... Oh, no, he's the kind of arch enemy dude.
Yeah, he seems to is the guy who took off before all this went down. But
Yeah, he's the one who set up Palak's death.
Yes. Meanwhile, back at the top of the plateau, the watch commander will come back over to you, Black Dog.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Why don't we head on back down? And we talk to the mayor, okay?"
Okay, no problem.
And he looks pretty grim and serious at this point.
Does he tell me, so who are these guys? You know these guys here?
Yeah.
Are they known malcontents?
No, they were not.
Really? So this group can, like, seduce even some of the honest people among you?
No, they were wealthy people that came here not too long ago, perhaps a couple of months ago.
Yeah, they wanted to come in and change your ways. know how those kind of people work.
Yeah,
We call them liberals.
we call them outsiders, people who come in and want to change our ways.
Not like us, though. We
Well,
want
I'm
to
not
change
interested in changing
better.
anything. I like the way you got it here.
Anyway, he'll take you back down. Let's give the mayor a name. Let's call him Izaharn,
Is it Horn?
because I think I already gave you a name, but I don't have it right at hand.
Sounds good.
Kathak, he will also bring you in. The mayor comes in. There's a conversation that goes on between this guard captain and the mayor. And he'll nod. And he'll turn back to you. Mr. Dog.
Yeah, just call me Dog.
Okay.
You don't got no mister around here. I into formalities.
Why don't you sit? You and your
All right.
friends.
Okay.
So, he told me that it was Marinok that was up there and some of his men.
I don't know. They started coming at us.
Yeah. We will we'll get people to tear up the house that they had, see if there's anybody else around, see what we can do, and such. There are a couple of the people who were supplying them, merchants that were selling to them, and I will I'll have them pulled in. And
Hey, if you want, I mean, this is up to you. I know you're a professional, know how you do it, but having a crazy orc that just almost killed a dragon, talking to him may do a little bit more for intimidation. I don't know. I'm just saying.
No. I understand, and I appreciate you and your colleagues, your companions, your adventuring group here.
No, we're just not trying. We're not trying to cause trouble. We just saw these guys.
See
and all of a
now
sudden they were
that's
crazy.
actually a question that I have for you then.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell me.
So, does this and these merchanty people that were around and up here, does that count as the Inquisition that your CP friend?
I'm not religious. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know. I'm just, I'm just the dog. I like, I don't mess around with that religion stuff too much. I like Tommaso. He's a good guy. Saved my life. I owe him a lot, but I don't know about that stuff.
Well, let's you and me and your friend here, Kathak, come to a little understanding, maybe.
Okay.
So, it's my impression that you guys have the towers now.
Yeah, I think Cautionelle. Yeah, I think she's like.
Is that the lady that with you?
Yeah. She's apparently, I don't know, in control of them or something. I don't know what they are. Something. That's kind of magic-y stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff either. Religion, magic, I don't know about that stuff.
So
chopping up dragons, I know about.
Yeah. That's what they said. So, as I understand it, then Mr. Palak is out of the picture.
I think he's just traveling or something. I don't know. Cautionelle knows all that stuff.
All right.
I think he's just, I don't know, traveling or something. I don't know.
That's a little different than what your surgeon friend said, but fair enough.
Really? Again, I didn't see nothing going on. They said he was gone and Cautionelle was in charge or something, and I don't know nothing.
So here's the thing. I'll grab these merchants up, and in fact, I'll send them on up to you guys if you want them, if you want to put the question to them.
I'll let you talk.
Let me finish what I'm
sorry.
saying.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I do apologize.
But understand that this is a free and independent city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to let someone, even skilled people such as yourself, come and run roughshod. And you're more than welcome to the tower. We have no love particularly for Palak. But if you are planning to set up that tower to come down here and raise holy hell with us, that's not going to work.
Well, I am not doing that. I can tell you right now. Right now, I'm not doing that, and I will resist all attempts to do that. I kind of live and let live, and
Fair enough. Fair enough. In fact,
I don't like messing around with people's business, and as long as they don't mess around with me.
right. I know we've got some problems here. We got some pirates that live here. I know that, but
No, pirates are good. I was a pirate.
oh, where are you now?
Yeah, I was with Malkarn and everything like that. It was great. It was great. She was tough, and we went around and did a whole bunch of stuff. Man, you ever seen one of those Titan sharks? Oh man.
No. Anyway, as you asked for earlier, I got a couple growlers here of beer for you
Oh, hey, there we go.
to take with you, Mr. Kathak. And shall I just have those guys sent up to the entryway of the tower?
I don't know if we got anywhere to keep. Let me talk to the thinky think part, the Tommaso and
Okay.
Gosh, no,
Because
they can tell us.
I'd much rather send them up to you than have you guys come down here and do things out in public. You understand me?
I will definitely understand you. And if how about if they want me, I'll come back. Me and Kathak will come back. We're not we don't get into all that stuff.
All right.
We'll
Fair-
come back and see.
Fair enough. Here's your beer.
Or we could even just say, hey, bring them up if you can. That'd be great.
That sounds like a good thing there, dog.
Oh yeah, here, shake, yeah, it's good.
Just shake your hand.
You run a great place. I'd love to live here. It'd be a great place. Just keep it right the way it is. No problems for me whatsoever.
He will turn to you, Mr. Kathak, and he will send you guys on your way.
Okay.
And you will see it does look like there is kind of a door-to-door going on right now.
Okay.
And he'll shake your hand and thank you. And they are clearly the place that Cochinelle have visited with the Sirens agents. They've clearly got people in there tearing that place apart. So can I assume that you guys the two groups can meet up now? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So a little while later, you guys will return back, Kathak, Black Dog, to the towers. You will see that Cochinelle is drinking tea with this angry little girl. And you can see that, I believe that, Tommaso, what kind of rituals do you do in the meantime?
I'm not taking my eye off the girl. So I'm just kind of while Cochinelle is being the good cop, I guess I'm being the bad cop, kind of glowering in the background.
All right. Why don't you make it just a straight D20 roll for me?
All right.
I want to make a judgment call here based on that.
And I don't know how much of a good cop Cochinelle is being. So she gave her tea, which is way more
Yeah.
than I would do.
She's giving her tea in silence and questions. So you do see that after a bit, she clearly begins to realize that the situation is not going the way it ought to, and that people aren't coming in. That the people where the people are here to rescue her, and there is that bit about just before Black Dog and Kathak come in, that you see that now she's kind of out of the corner of her eye looking at Tommaso. Pretty much every time that a drop of pus falls off from one of his fingers to the floor, that kind of drip of a faucet, you see her starting to kind of shiver at that. But you guys will return back.
I shiver at that. I'm a grown man.
Yes.
And really, Cochinelle's questions are just trying to establish how and where was she raised, and essentially kind of work it back to find out, what was the process that created her? Was she stored? Was she recently created? That sort of thing. So she's asking her who raised her, who was there, what does she remember, when did these things happen, who took her to the things. But she does that sort of patient asking, and then asking the question again at a different time from a different angle.
Sure. Why don't you make a
And-
charisma roll?
Oh, great. Oh, but
Charisma's for social interactions.
I know. And it's my strength for sure.
I will give you a +2 for seeping priest bonus.
Okay, for pity and pus. And-
I watch her with interest.
okay. And then that's going to be 5. All right. Not very good.
She certainly does. I mean, she tells you about being raised. She certainly has a good sense on that.
Okay.
She'll tell you about the trials. Clearly, Lord Dust came to administer those, and after she completed those, he took her with them to come here.
And so then can what do I know the history of her, the person that she's most probably a copy of?
No,
the
because this would be during the time
relative?
that you were gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So we'll assume
I
that
can ask her about her relative, though, what she knows about that history, can't I?
she tells you general stuff about the line, but clearly nothing specific.
Okay, like which tests were passed previously and all that stuff?
Right.
Okay.
So
And what does? Oh, go ahead.
go ask your question.
And what does she think of Lord Dust? Great guy.
Oh, he's awesome. He
Is there
he
is there
intends to
fear or admiration?
restore the Empress and admiration.
So she's all clearly he's charmed her, or paternal, or do I think
She was
Is she-
raised by monks and taught there, and then this dashing, potent figure came and did these tests. This older father-like figure, and took her away.
okay? Go ahead. Just curious.
So you guys, I assume, will meet up. Can I, for the moment, assume that the Empress, the false Empress, is put aside in regular safekeeping,
Oh, sure.
and I will give you.
She's sent to her room.
Yeah, and that she is watched, and that she will not be able to do anything. Does that seem reasonable? I'll give you those assurances as GM. That I'm not going to screw you on that.
Don't trust him.
It's a trap.
It's 50 cents.
So what happened? So what happened with the mayor? I asked Black Dog.
Of course, Black Dog is...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Went down, talked to the mayor. I think mayor showed him all the stuff. He was worried about what was going on up there, but they saw the dragon, and they didn't want the dragon around. So I basically told them the truth, and this group was up there, was in cahoots with the dragon, and they wanted him to move in, and we saved the day. Now the mayor was somewhat concerned about. Now this is just us?
Yeah, it's just you five. She's put away.
Mayor was somewhat concerned that Tommaso, that you're going to come down and wreak havoc in the town, and he has said that he doesn't want that. And I told I was like, I don't do that stuff. That's his business.
And he's
It's
sending
really up
some
to
people
them
up
whether
to
that
us.
occurs.
Oh,
or
and
not,
they
isn't
picked
it?
up. They've got the all the people they think were involved in this, including some merchants and stuff. And they said they'd bring them up here, and they don't want you coming down.
Well, that speaks well of their character. You can give them my assurances that I have no interest in interfering in their affairs, short of sniffing out the agents of the ruinous powers. I don't care about piracy. I don't care about any of the worldly crimes they commit. It's the the crimes against the gods that I'm concerned with. If
Well, you
if
know,
they are content to
that's the kind of shit that scares the crap out of me. People saying that kind of crap. So yeah, I talk to him, no problem.
Just keep in mind when you're talking to him, he's obviously a smart fellow, and probably I don't know how much he realizes it, but I mean, we've really fucked his town. I mean that dragon's gonna be back. Lord Dust is gonna be back. Not only that, but you pissed
Well,
off
the dragon may be back,
you
but
pissed
he
off
was
the-
gonna move in. He was gonna move in. Dragons
I-
like to eat something.
You suspect that the mayor probably doesn't realize that the dragon might be back.
Not to mention the burning the pirates' boat. I'm sure they're not going to let that go.
That hasn't come
don't
back to roost yet.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm telling you that we fucked this town.
Yeah, well, no. The thing is, first of all, appearances are everything, and we only know the only known facts that there was a mysterious cult in league with a dragon, and there was a gigantic fire somewhere else. I'm thinking those two events are related.
That's a good spin. I like that. We'll have to plant those rumors. It was the cult that did it.
Now, wasn't the fire visible from all over the island?
No, it wasn't visible from over here.
Okay.
But it's certainly. I mean, remember that you guys, while you weren't able to get the second group of wargs out, you were able to do it with very little evidence, and Ben has spectacular role both for setting that off and for you guys getting away. So, if they hear there was a dragon, it is possible that they may assume that that's in fact what occurred.
All right. Well, when I get a chance, I'll have to go into town and plant that rumor.
Okay, yeah.
But
you can certainly
for now.
do that. Yep.
So, okay. So do you want the guys up here?
of
Tommaso?
course,
that seems reasonable.
of course. I mean,
Okay. Now,
they're,
Tommaso, I really, really, really like you. You're my man. You saved my life and everything, and I owe you a lot. There's some shopkeepers up here, and they may be greedy of being guilty of being greedy. But they're just shopkeepers, Maybe. Probably. This guy ran away. I don't know what he did. I don't want to know. But they're just shopkeepers. Just keep that in mind, okay?
oh, I will trust me. I'm an itinerant preacher of the Surgeon Penitent, and I seek to bring healing and comfort to
This is the
all.
kind of crap
I don't
that
judge.
out of me,
I just give solace.
See, I don't
Unfortunately-
think that way. You scare the shit out of me when you're saying this kind of stuff. I'm just telling you, okay?
I also bear the burden of the
Yeah.
Ordini del Bastore.
I don't think you're going to be bearing the burden
I-
of the shopkeepers. I'm thinking the shopkeepers are going to be bearing the burden. Anyways, okay, you want them?
The gods have placed the burden of the righteous distribution
Ugh.
of holy violence upon me. I do not relish it.
Ah, man. Okay. Oh, God, they scare the crap out of me. Okay, I'll go down and get them.
Okay.
Do we have cells for them or whatever?
I would assume so here, yes.
What kind of wizard doesn't have a dungeon?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So you will go down and tell them that they are to bring the people here, and they will bring up about 11 people, ranging from teens to old. They've put bags over their heads, various conditions. You will see that one of them, the 11th one, who's trying to stay towards the back, is clearly the gentleman who fled from the fight.
Okay. I'm going to come up so they've got teenagers?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with this one and go, those ribs sure are nice and meaty. Oh, yeah.
So
I am going to really scare the shit out of one of the teenagers.
Carl, so I'm not sure you can do that much more, given that they've been rousted up, chained
Black bag.
and black bagged and dragged up to the mage's tower.
Yeah,
You probably smell the pee on them.
Yes, they're terrified and weeping.
Okay.
And you can certainly make them more terrified.
Okay. We get them up to the place.
Okay, walk them
just
up the
put 'em
long
out, like,
walkway.
get a
The
first,
guardman will not go with you. He'll just give you the rope to these 11.
Okay, I'm gonna get them and just gonna get them out in the courtyard and everything like that. Get them to like kneel down
Okay,
and go out. And I'm gonna get some logs.
okay,
I'm gonna start chopping wood.
all right,
Just not saying anything. Just chopping wood.
Matt. Since this is sort of your business, how do you want to handle these people?
All right, well, let's get them all. We got them all out in the courtyard.
They're in the courtyard.
Oh.
They're on their knees. They're in chains. They have bags over their heads,
I'll come
and
out
they
and
can
greet
hear
them.
the sound of the axe falling in a regular rhythm nearby.
I'll say to them, "Oh, what a precious gift you have been given today. For you were corrupt. And soon, at the Order of Fae, you will have the opportunity to atone and seek absolution. Some of you may live. All of you have the opportunity to cleanse your souls.
All right.
But it may help. It may help, like I said. Some of you may live if the rot does not run too deep. And perhaps it would demonstrate that if you revealed your fellows to me."
They did it! Winter did!
So, are you dealing with them en masse or individually?
Yeah, I'm talking to the whole group.
Okay. Do you want to do this as a charisma check?
If there's any other option, actually, you know what? I kind of mitigated that a little bit. I don't have a penalty anymore because that free background we got based on our actions already, I put it in Street Preacher.
Okay.
So I want to be able to use that basically to mitigate my terrible charisma.
Sure.
So that's just a straight D20 now. Yay.
Plus your level.
Plus level, so 10.
Okay. So,
He farts right in the middle.
is your intent to get them to sell out anyone and everyone?
I actually want them just to, I want them to tell me the truth. Because we talked about, like,
All right. So if you want
I hope
them
I have
to,
a ritual
if you,
magic that'll kind of help me divine the
right,
truth. So,
right. If your intent is to
false
get,
accusations are useless to me.
yeah, if your intent is to get them to tell you the truth, that is not what you get. What you get is everyone screaming the names of everyone that they know. that they can push under the carriage.
Let's separate them a little bit.
In watching this, are there any of the group that aren't scared? That are?
Oh no,
are,
they are all
okay.
terrified. The only one who doesn't shout out anything is actually that guy that you told to run. The other people are all. What you will get is that the mayor grabbed up anybody who was known to have consistently sold goods to Marinok and his people. The teen is a groomsman for Marinok. The mayor grabbed up anybody who was visibly associated with him and sent them up here.
I'll go to Kosha now. I was like, or I'll go to the rest of the group besides us and say, okay, who wants to be good cop?
I thought I was already doing that.
I thought you and Tommaso were already working so well together.
Nobody wants to be good cop.
I'm not there, so
No, I know you're in the castle.
I'm having tea. It's so
Well,
delicious.
let's cut to end results, Matt. What is your end result intention with these people?
Okay, well, I think I would notice
Yeah, they are.
That
They are
the,
clearly freaked out, and they have no idea what's going on. And your
And so,
general sense, with the exception of the one guy, is that they are people that just had passing contact with the people that you guys all killed.
if your souls are righteous, you have nothing to fear, and you will have an opportunity to confess your sins. But you, the silent one,
Ugh.
your silence condemns you. You do the siren proud.
No,
That does
I'm
not help
just
you with
silent. You killed all my friends. I don't have anybody to name. I thought you were going to let me go. For the love of...
Oh no! The freedom I promised you was not corporeal.
I don't even know what that means.
I think he meant he wants to set your spirit free.
I mean, you were caught in the service of a siren with those demonic beasts. Your best bet is to prepare yourself
It was
for
just money.
an afterlife. We will see. The Order of Fae reveals all.
So I assume you pull this guy off.
Mm-hmm.
The others, I assume you will work them through the cycle of repentance.
Yeah, we'll kind of meet with them. We'll say some prayers, give them a chance to confess. And nobody's off the hook or anything, but we give them a chance to confess.
Okay.
And I guess for end results, like, does anyone confess anything interesting?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. Let me have you make a wisdom roll.
All right. Plus, come on, my stupid fingers are too fat for that. Wait, it's better than nothing. But
I will say that this is for future use by you and Black Dog and Rook, that a couple of people will give you names of placed people that are clearly working with the pirate group in town.
Mm-hmm.
That you can get a couple of names for that for later.
Okay.
When you guys decide to move on that, that you'll
It seems
have
like
some information.
from what we've shaken them up so far, nobody really seems like in league with the siren or anything from these guys that we up.
The impression you get is that Marinok essentially perceived them as primitive yokels. And Scott?
In questioning them, I mean, I'll assist Tommaso in that if I get the impression that Marinok and Lord Dust viewed them as yokels, in any of the conversations that they had with him, did he perhaps reveal or let something slip of his plans that he normally wouldn't because he didn't think that
not
they
particularly. No, not with that role. Nope.
Did they supply him with anything interesting besides food and and supplies and stuff?
No, though, of course, stuff essentially special items to feed the Naga, which clearly should have maybe sent a bell off that was kind of weird, that kind of thing.
Fresh children?
No.
Huh.
So can I put that as a completed for the moment thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say keep the one guy. I don't see any reason to keep the other.
Well, no, they all will be held and judged at the Order of the Fae.
Okay. So they are put in cells.
I'm gonna take the teenager out and everything like that, and I'm gonna come walk. I'm gonna have him walk with me.
Okay. He's a guy. It's a teen who's.
He's gonna have his. He'll be unbound and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'll take off. Is the menagerie is that still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll walk down with him. I mean, is it safe for him?
Yeah, they're all sealed in, and right now you've got all the sort of feeding of them, taking care of those automated.
Are you going to show him the flowers? Just look at the flowers.
Oh, so he can't do any grooming. Do we have any horses or anything around here?
Oh well, no. I mean, stuff can be done to help out with the animals. Certainly, you're doing sort of the minimum to keep them alive right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll have him shine up their coats or something like that.
Okay, and he will do that terrified, more of you than of the animals.
I'll just kind of relax him a little bit. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. So, let me ask you guys, what is your next step? And let me kind of quickly go through what you guys have on the table, besides the auto defay. There's certainly still the outstanding question of the pirates in town, but that doesn't seem to be an active threat to you guys at the moment. In terms of your sort of larger picture things, you have 3 places that you need to go.
Right.
And why don't I go ahead and pull up the map real quick?
Yeah, we go to the Nautilus, and then we have Landark, and then the survivor who survived the Great White Shark.
Right. So I've got those 3 X's on the thing. So it's probably the furthest to Landark. Just because of the currents and things, it's probably about equal travel time to the Iceclad as it is to Nautilus.
And Nautilus is the one we know. I mean, Torrenstal was there anything about Torrenstal being the first one?
No.
Okay. Well, Landark moves in and out. I think we should go see go to the Nautilus first. See this mage.
That's fine with me. I mean, all of them sort of seem. I mean, when are we going to see the mage? He's the one that has the other part, right? As far as we knew.
So the mage, whose name is again, let me grab that for you, is Tensilvus.
Oh, that's right.
He has the last part that you need to get into the torrent stall, and you guys have the materials on that you might use to calculate when it's to get in. But he has essentially the key to enter, and then the one down.
Do we even know what this? Do we have any idea what the torrent stall is? Besides, it's a place.
It's a. What you know is that it's a very strange, ancient ruin, which are those. I mean, when I say ancient ruins, the ancient ruins that are mentioned in the history timeline, that are mysterious and uncertain and have weirdness to them, and are clearly tied to the gods in some way.
Okay.
And that it's unclear whether it rises or it's summoned or what.
Okay.
And then the other place is down the Iceclad Sea is to see Captain Alejandro, who is a survivor who managed to get out of the Great Old White.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
I say we go to Nautilus. What do you guys think?
Whoop, we dropped Matt.
I hate him.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't see any particular precedence of any one of the locations over the other, so we should probably see this wizard since he can tell us. I mean, he was in the torrent stall, so he can tell us something about it.
Ben says Nautilus.
Okay.
He says it's good.
Sherry?
I'm fine with anything.
Okay,
It's all
so now
good.
we can teleport back here, or what is? How
Yes.
does that work?
So here's what it is. When you travel out to another place, you can use the gem to bring yourselves back here to the tower.
Okay. And if we can have a couple locations in there.
And yeah, if places that are marked, Nautilus probably is, you can use to go back and forth from.
Okay. Okay. Then you want to get going?
Let's wait till Matt comes back in case he has. There he is. Are you back, Matt?
I am back.
And you're in a wind tunnel.
I don't think that's me. I hear the wind tunnel as well.
Okay. So the vote is to go to Nautilus now and take off. Is that cool with you?
It is, but before we leave, I want to talk to Cochonel. And just two avocado rolls with brown rice. Yeah, that's what I want to talk to Cochonel about, with sushi.
Well, we are in a port town.
It sounds like it would be lovely with tea. I don't know. It's,
Also, I know that we are both devotees of the Empress, even though we probably serve her differently. How do you feel about leaving the false Empress here unguarded?
I feel that it makes it far too easy for Dust to recover her and continue to use her in whatever method he has been up to this point. It's
I'm
not
not
that I
sure.
wish her dead, but I would not wish her left unsupervised. I can carry her with us.
That's an interesting suggestion. Well, I'm not going to lie. I don't fathom a scenario where she gets out of this alive. Her bloodline carries a taint. They have committed the arch blasphemy, and well,
Their blasphemy was that they attempted to rule without undergoing all the trials. If you wish her dead, all we have to do is make her go through all the trials.
that's an interesting suggestion. For the sake of the others, maybe your path is the correct one to bring her with us, because well, I'm not sure if they have the stomach for what I think is required.
That would be no.
Just be clear for those listening at home, that's murdering a 12-year-old girl. So you want to put her into the locket?
Yeah, by the way, she can observe and she can also step out at any point if she feels like it, but I figure that this is going to be terrifying.
Okay.
And she's not going to want to be part of it. I'll make it very clear to her. They said, essentially, I will say, you have no friends.
Hey, Cochonel.
Yes. Okay, Black Dog, yes. Before I get going, what do you wish me to know?
No, I think you're going the right way, but
Okay.
I could use a swabby on this adventure, on this boat ride. We need somebody to clean out the bilge and all that kind of stuff. It might be good training for somebody who's a little bit full of himself.
I'll let her make that choice if she gets...
I wouldn't let her make the choice. I mean, I wouldn't have her sitting around in a locket hanging out and doing nothing. I'd rather get a little face rubbed in the real world. Like, real quick like.
I'm starting to feel like we're in an Albert Camus novel, and this is thing that they used against us at a trial at some point.
War crime.
And Cochonel stops and she goes, that would be a lovely idea with anything other than someone who aspires to the Empress's throne.
We're going to be on a ship.
And she sort of stops and she goes, no. On the off chance that in fact she can pass the trials, she deserves the respect of being held off in safety.
Mm,
However, I will see her through the trials and probably to her death.
well, if she does make it through, she'd be better off if she knows how the common man lives. And if she wants to kill me later, then that be so be it.
As Icky said, I will give her the choice.
So essentially, the choice that's put to her is stay in the locket. If you want to come out of the locket, then you have to
Do whatever Black Dog wants her to.
Okay.
No, that's not true. I will not go that far.
Okay,
Oh,
excuse me, I
boy.
didn't mean that in any way other than
Right.
she will have to be part of the crew.
This just took a dark turn. Much darker than infanticide.
God.
Hey, I'm pulling you back. I'm pulling you back.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys will gather yourselves together. I assume you'll speak to Prime. Prime will ask,
Yes.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
what should I do with the prisoners? Just feed them?
I think we need to let these people go. They haven't done anything. We scared the shit out of them more enough, and when we come back, they might give us some information. Just leave it over their heads, and just tell them that we'll be back, and we
So we
expect
should
them to be
probably
on nice,
remand
good
them to the
behavior.
custody of the mayor to let him make
No.
the choices?
Well,
No?
just-
You're
just
just going to
say-
let them wander off?
Well, we could tell the mayor that we don't find them anything. We'll look into it later, and we don't see right now that they did anything too wrong, except to be a little bit greedy. Might need some extra taxes on some of them.
I would
Okay.
prefer for them to remain locked in the tower with the servitor keeping
what?
them alive.
How
No,
long?
you mean
how,
the one?
How long does the trip to
Oh, we only have one left?
Nautilus expect to take?
Let's see. So it took you probably about 2.5, 3 weeks.
So we can teleport back.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that from Nautilus we're probably not. Well, we might come back here for. We can't. Now, if we move from Nautilus to the turret stall, though, I mean, we can't come back because, I mean, I guess it depends on where the turret stall is.
That is a definite question.
So, I mean, I don't think we should. I think you should make your verdict a little more quickly. I don't think that they should be sitting here in the tower for months while we're gone.
Well, should we expedite the trial then?
You mean on just the one?
Well, the whole bunch are getting tried still. I mean, they were fingered, and we're gonna try them.
Well,
Yes,
you can also say
expedition.
you could. Okay, it's your game, but yeah, I agree with Rook here.
Okay.
Not
So,
gonna-
Matt,
yeah.
what does the expedited trial look like for these
All right,
persons?
so what it is actually, give me 1 second. Let me run upstairs to my desktop.
And find
'cause I
my
actually
book
made
of
a gra-
inquisitorial techniques.
No, I made a graphic.
I made a graphic. All right.
So, Tomas will go out and he'll set up kind of in a public square. I imagine in the interim that he's had, he kind of built a small wooden stage with the kind of the stakes you would burn people at, and everybody would get tied to a stake as being put on trial, and there'd be some kindling underneath them, and Tommaso
the kindling
will come out and
that
start-
Black Dog cut for you.
start muttering, his weird prayers and rituals. And hold on 1 second. Can I drop the image in Roll20 or should I
Yeah, I think so. You should be able to drop an image in there, I think.
stay?
May take a second to resolve. Otherwise, you can email to me and I can drop it in. Whoops, I think we lost Matt.
He'll be back. The call hasn't stopped, right?
Right. Just as he was about to torture these civilians.
I think he would view it as save them.
Right.
We'll put a positive spin on it.
So, Carl, how are your kids doing?
Oh, well, Mari is torturing Linus right now by making him finish up his violin.
Oh.
I went ahead to go up there a couple of times, and he's like, oh, she makes me do it again and again and again, and I can never get it right.
You
Hey,
should
Matt.
suck it up.
Oh, yeah, that's essentially what she says. You want to see an Asian tiger, Mom? You got it right there.
All right. So how do I put an image into one?
Well, I always just drag and drop it in, or is the way I do it, or paste.
You guys there?
Yeah.
We're here.
Can you hear us? We can hear you.
Let's see. I hear you.
We hear you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Or just email it to me and I can grab it. Tech issues. Tonight on Roll20. So she's tiger momming your child. Okay. By the way, I'd just like to point out that today is 15 days to Ultron.
Woohoo!
I'm ready.
I am super
All right,
ready.
now I'm on my inside computer. Hopefully, we won't have all these drops from the cell phone anymore.
Okay.
And let's see if I can drag and drop now.
Ooh.
So, that work? No, it did not work. I don't think. Well, let me mail this picture to
Yeah.
you, and
I will grab it.
why is that? Oh, that's why it's not working.
No.
Stupid Gmail, multiple accounts.
What?
There we go. Compose tool. Francis, attach. All right, sent.
All right.
So anyway, we're getting everybody kind of strapped in, and we're uttering prayers and offering them the chance to repent and hearing their confessions. Tommaso comes out in his brand spanking new inquisitorial gear that you guys have never seen before. It's pretty badass. And I don't know, I think most people probably were not on the call. What we had discussed was I got an idea for a ritual magic spell where I'd be using the detecting evil element of turn undead with the with another attack spell I have that does damage and heals. So the idea is the people that are tied to the stakes, if evil is detected, they will take enough damage to start lighting up the kindling and burn them. And if they do not have any kind of unholy taint, they will not be burnt. And those in the audience, like the townsfolk that come out to see, because I figure in the olden days, everyone loved an execution. Very, very minor healing occurs for them. Like I said, cold sores when last time we talked about it, because my neighbor walked outside and I didn't want to say genital warts. But like minor things get healed from the pirates as the burnings happen.
Okay. So how are you? So we're talking about unholy or taint, not simple sin, but more.
No, it's either like demonic or undead association, or using my kind of
your detection thing.
The totem I had detecting like new gods.
So, you guys can you see the picture of Matt's Inquisitor there? And
yes.
It looks like he has a Pokeball at his side, though. And
gotta burn them all.
And you will put them up on that, and maybe one of them has the slightest smoldering, but the last guy, the guy that you let run, you can see that the taint of his association, the working with the unholy, it takes a bit, but you will see the flare up, and the fire will catch there on him. And he will go up, Matt.
And I'll say to the crowd and the others, let's rejoice for the gift that he has been given, for he was given the opportunity to repent before the gods, and if he did in his soul, he was forgiven. The rest of you have been judged and found worthy. Go, you are free.
Well, their rope burns are probably healed by the burning up of that guy, given your ritual. So you guys will cut the rest of them down and take them out of the college, and they will go back to town, where they will spread the word of this crazy group of motherfuckers up at the tower, and how one of them used some magic to burn one of the bad guys. So they will certainly carry that, and you suspect that word will definitely make it, Matt, to the pirates who are around.
And I will remind those that were found innocent that this can all be avoided if you turn in those that bear the taint among you. This is the rot. It spreads and it affects everyone sooner or later.
That sort of reminds them of the fact that they sold out their friends during the early part of this, and so there is a lot of suspicious glancing amongst them as they are taken back. Because, of course, they all had hoods on, so probably some of them called out the names of some of their people who were already there. So that they've got that going for them. So you will do that. You will
fuck this town.
You guys will put the false empress away, and you guys will have to go through the city to head out on your boat. When you guys do start coming down,
actually, Lo,
yes,
when we do that, I am cognizant that the schools of magic used to support this town, and that's the thing is can I sort of begin reestablishing that in the sense of saying that essentially orders will be coming in, and to lay one of the first of those. I mean, we have some.
Sure. Let's have you have a charisma roll to put it against the fact of the villagers and the stake tying.
All right. there's nothing much else I can do. What has to be done? Plus, let's see here. I'll make this. Yeah. Someday I will roll decently.
So right now, there's just more of a kind of a mood of panic.
Okay,
Dragon,
of panic. Okay.
orc, Inquisition, people betraying other people. It's just a real unsettled mood around here.
Okay.
Sandra, one thing I want to do and try and do is basically I want to go into like wherever this kid works. I figure he's one of the most vulnerable.
Okay.
And I just want to go into his boss and I was like, just want you, and talk to his boss. Go, like this kid, he's a good kid. Nothing, he didn't do anything wrong. I just want you to know that, and I'd like to see him here be okay. I want you to take him under your wing and make sure he's okay. Okay, because we're gonna come back here. I just want to check it out. Okay.
Make a charisma roll for me, Carl.
Nah, I have no charisma.
I know. You can use pirate for this for intimidation.
Oh shit.
The guy
Let's
will.
get out of here before we help more.
The guy will not.
No.
But he will notice on your equipment there. He will kind of stop you. He goes, wait, and he'll point at the marks of some of the clothing that you got from Grandfather Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Is that from Grandfather Turtle?"
Oh man, I'll tell him the whole story. I'll tell. Oh man, I was there. He talked to me.
He'll listen, and you can see his attitude softening.
Okay.
As he will say, he doesn't kind of really share it, but you get the impression that he has seen Grandfather Turtle before, and that much like you, it made an impression on him. And by the end of this, you'll have the sense that he was probably going to just kick this kid out because he brought trouble, but now he won't.
Okay. Okay.
So you guys will proceed down to the sea and head out, and I will say that I'm not going to have you guys make any sailing rolls.
What?
That
We've been down this road.
that, and this is me using up another one of the iconic things, that by the time you guys get up into the sea fields where the turtles are at, there are people there who know you, who you can call upon, who help you navigate through to get up towards the area that you need to get to. And probably
What's the plan?
a couple of the wizards there will come and will hand off some enchantments to you for good sailing and strong winds that will speed your journey even further. Does that sound reasonable?
Okay.
And that's
Yes, and we won't stop at any ghoul-infested islands on the way.
okay.
Oh,
Even if they look tempting and delicious.
But if there's any damn dragons flying away with a big hole in them, we're going after that fucker.
Right. And you guys will sail along and head up towards Nautilus.
sounds awesome.
And you guys will probably be maybe a few hours out, maybe midday, high sun from Nautilus. And Carl, Rook, you're experienced sailors, and you'll get that sense of a disturbance. You'll see schools of big fish moving away. You'll get that hackle in the back of your neck that sailors do. And as you sail up mid-afternoon, coming up, you will see Nautilus. Now, it's an island that's built around an enormous shell. An enormous spiral shell, that kind of pink and orange that polished shells have. It catches even from here. And and that thing is massive. It's hundreds of feet tall, hundreds of feet across. There is a city nearby that is essentially services the monastery and the meditation chambers of Nautilus.
Oh, okay. The city's nearby,
It's
not built up around the shell.
No, it's actually built down below by the sea line, sort of almost in the shadow of the shell. But
man, I bet you can really hear the ocean if you stand near that.
Oh, absolutely. But as you guys are approaching and sailing up, you will see wreckage in the waters. You would guess at least 3 or 4 ships shattered, and you'll see another ship beached up on the shoreline. And in the shadow of the shell, you can see that there are things moving and stripping the vessel. And that's where we're going to take up next week.
Ooh,
Wait,
okay.
Things. You got to be more specific than things.
I'm not going to be more specific.
Are they winged?
No.
Oh, I love winged things.
I don't. They can't get to us while we're out here.
Yeah. But that's what we'll take up. Is that okay, guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to start a next section this late.
Sounds good.
So we'll take up with you guys at Nautilus. I'll give you the full details on that next time.
Hey, Tanner, let me ask you this.
Sure.
The
Let me go
guy
ahead
at the
and,
very end said it was just about money.
Yes.
Did we ever get anything out of him from that? I mean, was he just? I mean, did we know anything about what from all his confessions? What was his story? Was he just simply some rich guy who got caught up in something stupid, or?
Oh, you mean the last guy, the guy who ran away?
Yeah, the guy who got burned.
The guy who got burned was a vicious sellsword mercenary who had clearly done a lot of horrible things.
Oh, okay.
And had signed on with these guys, and even when he saw all the awfulness, was still willing to serve.
Mm-mm.
He clearly felt some devotion to the siren in his soul, or he would not have burned.